Glyos. This is a toy that has been around for quite a while now. I think well over a decade. It's kind of crazy. This whole Glyos thing started with Onell Design when they released, their first Glyos figures. These are figures based on a joint system that has these pegs and these holes. All of the pegs are identical and all of the holes are compatible. And you can connect them and you can build with them. And I have been looking at these for a very, very long time. And it's such a niche thing. Every time I looked, I couldn't find one that was very classic or iconic or one that I liked on sale. But I stumbled upon Onell Design's website, and I saw that, yes, they actually had a couple very iconic ones and very cool ones for sale. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll get them. I just got the standard figures at first, actually. And then I actually enjoyed them so much, I'm like, you know what, let me go and get some add-on pieces. And what that has resulted in was this Faden with an arm cannon. This is Faden, by the way, the kind of more iconic, classic Glyos guy. I'm sure you've seen him around. He's even in his classic blue color, too. Really fun figures. But also got this baggie of accessories and little bits and bobs and body parts. And I also have this big old crazy guy. So yeah, we'll talk about this guy in a second. This is like my big, weird, cool man that I built with Glyos pieces. But yes, Glyos, it's awesome. A lot of toy companies have actually used this system since Onell innovated it. A lot of independent companies, and probably one of the most prominent. Those Fallout 3 3/4-inch figures actually used the Glyos system to varying levels of success, but it did use the Glyos system. And let's just get into these pieces here. Now, I would actually try to build you something out of these, but unfortunately I have, like, at least 2 complete sets of limbs and 2 heads here, but I don't have any spare bodies. Unfortunately, they just don't give you spare bodies to make whole other figures. You just kind of get interchangeable limb pieces. That kind of stinks. I wish you'd get bodies. You do kind of get these with the, with the cannon, I think. It's just like a circular thing. You can use it to build on, but it's kind of too dopey for a body. It doesn't really work. I actually did try building something in my first take of this video, and there is one shortcoming of Glyos. Some of these pieces are really hard to put together. Building that guy was a bit of a pain. Here, let me just demonstrate real quick. We'll try to attach this peg into that hole right there. It all should be the same, right? All should be the exact same size, exact same compatibility. But unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case with a lot of these pegs. Yeah, it's bending the peg. It's so yeah, I really like Glyos, and I don't want to deter people that like these from wanting to get them. But I have noticed there is a bit of an issue. Like, look at my finger after trying to do that. There is a bit of an issue with the peg tolerances on these. They are all made out of sturdy PVC plastic. I'm not afraid to break anything on these. I'm really not. But unfortunately, the some of the tolerances with these pegs, some of these are like boop, and then it says boop. You just in and out. Like, pop his head off, pop it back on. Super easy, super good. Others, like trying to build this guy, it really hurt my fingers. I would say if you're looking to build with these, make sure the plastic's a little heated up. Make sure it's a little warm, because otherwise you're going to have a time. Now make sure the holes are heated up, not the pegs, just the holes. Because having the firm peg and the softer hole will make it easier to go together. Save your dirty jokes for later. I'm not about that right now. But anyways, yeah, it's I got a lot of cool pieces here. I got beefier arms and legs for Faden if I want. Here, let's actually switch those out. Because Faden came with the classic arms and legs. But I've also got this beefier set. So let's get these on. So this is kind of cool here. I didn't really mess with these. But I got another guy. I got Sarvos, I think. And he had a lot of these beefier pieces. And a lot of those, the individual components ended up being used to make that guy. And you can see I actually mixed in some blues too from Faden. But yeah, you can see, you can give Faden some bulkier pieces. That's pretty cool. I actually kind of dig that look. I do think I prefer the normal legs, at least. I definitely prefer the normal legs. You can see these pieces are super easy to pop and swap. But others, man, it's a pain. It really is. I hate to say it. But it's like, I kind of dig the bulkier arms. Almost kind of gives them a Mega Man look. Kind of dig that. But let's keep him classic for now. Because, I mean, it's the OG boy. It's Faden. He's got the classic colors. And honestly, man, these feel really durable. I would say besides some of the peg issues, this would be a very fun line for kids. And I think kids would really enjoy these. I mean, look at the colors. Like, look at the paint. The print is spot on those eyes, and the paint's really nice and glossy on the body there. It's really cool looking. You know, and these could be really fun figures. They're not super big. Let's actually bring in a comparison here. I just did an unboxing, or it might actually come out. It might come out after this. So you guys watching this will actually get a cool little sneak preview. But, you know, you can see that's it compared to a 3 3/4 inch action figure. So these guys are pretty tiny. But still, I really do like them. You can give them little guns and everything. I like that. And you do have alternate heads, like this guy. Let's get on with this guy. He actually uses the axis joint system, which everything is still a swivel, but they're very dynamically positioned on these spherical joints that results in what is essentially a fully posable action figure. And it does result in him being bigger. As you can see, he's definitely a lot bigger. He's a lot bulkier. He's a lot cooler. But yeah, man, if you're going to get into Glyos, if you're going to get any Glyos, I would say you need to get some axis joints. At least 2 sets like I got here. I got a gray set and a blue set. And yeah, man, what you get is pretty cool results here. But yeah, man, trying to pop this guy together was not fun. In some ways it was. It was like, poop, 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 poop. In others it was like, ugh. Yeah, man, it's... it could be a more fun experience, I'll just put it that way. And he actually built him a little jetpack too. You can actually just use body parts and just make them into things that look abstract, because a lot of the shapes and a lot of the design here is very abstract. Now this guy, he actually uses the Scar Faden head, and he has a blue bandana on. So let's pop that off. I actually kind of like that look a lot. You can see it's actually Faden, but scarred. That's really cool. Let's actually switch his head. I think I'm actually going to have him with this head for a little bit. The Sarvos head. Because that's a really cool one. And I also have this head too. I actually don't remember the name of it. But that one's still really cool. Yeah, I mean, these are really fun toys. I really do like Glyos. Like I said, I do think it's something that would have maybe been successful on toy store shelves. But they would definitely need to work on some of these tolerances with the pegs, because yikes, some of these pieces are awful to try to work with. Some are super easy and fun, others are absolutely dreadful. And I loved building this guy, but just because of how much of a pain it was to take him apart, I don't know if I ever will. So, I got a couple Glyos figures, and what do I think? Am I going to build a whole army of these? Am I going to get them in like a trillion different colors like they have been made over the past 10 plus years? Probably not. I'm actually really happy with these two. I don't know if I'd ever really get any more. I mean, you do have so many building options, and I have all these extra pieces, but unfortunately, I don't have any torsos to make any other characters. But some of these pieces are really useful. Like, you get this peg right here that can connect to female ports. You know, that's a really good one. You know, I burped, I'm sorry. You get these clear pieces. I actually got these for free with my orders, because I ended up doing 2 orders. I got clear legs and I got clear arms, so if I would have a clear body and head, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, man, I really see the appeal for this. I see why people have built massive armies. These aren't super expensive either. I mean, they did, you know, like each base figure with already a decent chunk of pieces costs like $16. And then, say, each axis joint set costs about $3. And then each, like, weapon set that also included these was like another $3. So you do the math. They're not the most expensive, but they're also not the cheapest. But they're really cool. Onell Design kind of does monthly drops. It's kind of been irregular lately from what I've heard because of everything, you know. And yeah, man, it's cool stuff. It really is. I enjoy this a lot. I really wanted to make a video talking about these because I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't really familiar with them. They're cool. They're cool, like robot, alien, armored, weird guys that you can pop apart and make into whatever you want. And I really enjoy that creativity in these. I really love that there is a line that exists that is focused solely on creativity. Uh, of course, things like Lego will always exist. But yeah, with action figures, honestly, a lot of them kind of reinforce you must keep them exactly as they are. You cannot customize. But these are purely focused on customizing and making how you want them to be, and I love that. I really like these, man. Would I recommend Glyos? Yeah, if it seems like something you'd like, maybe get one or two like I did, kind of test the waters. I would definitely recommend getting access joints because that makes them 10 times more fun as action figures. It's just all the angles and cuts. You know, you can get so many cool poses out of these. Like here, let's obviously, as you can see, you can get a really cool kneeling pose. Yeah, you can get him with his legs spread. It's a little, you know, it has a little bit of a learning curve to the posability. And if you're not good at posing action figures, then you might not necessarily be good at posing these. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get there, you get there. Yeah, man, they're really sweet. I would honestly love to see this in green and be able to call it Vector Man, but that's just me. But yeah, guys, there we go. I just wanted to talk about Glyos. It's an awesome toy line. A lot of other companies make Glyos stuff. It's not just Onell Design, but I will link Onell Design down in the description below, just so you guys kind of know where I got these from. Yeah, I really like them. Like I said, I don't know if I'll get more. They have pros and cons. The pros are they're really fun. It's an awesome idea, and they feel durable. They honestly really feel like something I would have loved as a kid. But the pegs, man, they have really gnarled up my fingers trying to build with these sometimes. I mean, heck, I had to do a whole second take because the first take I was just struggling so much trying to build something that I'm like, this is too extreme. I have to start over. But yeah, I still really like these. I still really recommend them. Yeah, there we go. Thank you all so much for watching. Special shout out to the patrons of Patreon. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty, there we go. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.